right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act according to your holy will. Amen. Please welcome the following athletes and coaches from Huntington University. Number 1, Tyler White. Number 2, Court. Number 3, Laura Campbell. Number 4, James Thompson. Number 5, Lindsay Carlito. Number 8, Elaine White. Number 9, Joseph Randall. Number 10, Bree Betts. Number 11, Cameron David. Number 12, Harvey Butler. Number 15, Nicole Henry. Number 14, Brandon Mitchell. Number 15, Anna Lewis. Number 16, Paige Eckert. And number 12, Harry Paul. The coach was coached by Leslie and assisted by Josh Pryor. Now for your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. Number 1, junior outside back from Albany, Indiana, Katarina DiMaggio. Number 2, sophomore defensive specialist from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Gabby North. Number 3, freshman defensive specialist from Palo, Ohio, Natalie Silver. Number 4, senior libero from Muncie, Indiana, Nikki Marshall. Number 5, freshman right side from Columbia, Indiana, Nicole Buchanan. Number 6, sophomore center from Fishers, Indiana, Madison Taylor. Number 7, the junior middle hitter from Fort Recovery, Ohio, Kendra Seaford. Number 8, the freshman defensive specialist from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Natalie Scott. Number 9, the freshman middle hitter from Waukesha, Wisconsin, Danielle Stravinsky. Number 10, the senior right side from Valparaiso, Indiana, Andy Clark. Number 11, the sophomore defensive specialist from Leo, Indiana, Allie Dodds. Number 12, the junior center from Midwalk, Michigan, Maria Pelad. Number 13, the senior middle hitter from Indianapolis, Indiana, Megan D'Agostino. Number 14, the sophomore middle hitter from Columbia City, Indiana, Shelby Mosier. Number 15, the senior outside back from Portland, Indiana, Ava Palmer. Number 16, the freshman outside back from Palo, Ohio, Taylor Barlow. Number 17, the sophomore defensive specialist from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Norma Jones. And number 18, the junior outside back from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Michaela Messar. The Lady Cougars were coached by Scott Pettis and assisted by Richard Steelbelt, Mark Campbell, and Seth the Voice Rossi. Let's play ball.
Well, the two teams have been announced, and we're just about ready to go here at the Hutzel Center. Once and again, my name is Ryan Dellinger. I'm your host for tonight's matchup. Once again, I mentioned it in our pregame show that the Cougars have played 12 ranked teams this season, and they sit in 4th place in conference play. If they win tonight and Mount Vernon gets beat by the number 1 team in the conference, Indiana Wesleyan, the Cougars will ascend to that 3rd place spot after tonight's matchup. But once again, around the Roads League, it is Crossroads League. It is Taylor at Marion, Goshen at Bethel, Grace at Spring Harbor, and Mount Vernon at Indiana Wesleyan. Starters tonight, we've got number 16, that's Paige Eakwright. She's from Homestead here in Fort Wayne. Number 4, Jennings Takosik. She'll be the setter tonight. Number 5, Lindsay Ingenito. Number 13, Nicole Flickinger. Number 3, Laura Nagel. And number 1 is Taya Bynum. Their libero tonight will be Butler, number 12. For the Cougars, they'll start with Steckelberg in the back row along with Marshall. And in the back row, it looks like they'll start DiAgostino. In the front row, they'll go with Carlo Pilak and Annie Clark. Carlo had a big night against Bethel. I think she had 15 kills in that match, and it'll be the Foresters to get us going. It's Flickinger with the serve, and she'll go right at Marshall. Pilak with a set outside to Carlo, off of the blockers, and Carlo on the board here early. Into the game, number 7, Kendra Seifring. She'll play in the middle now. And back to serve is Nikki Marshall. Marshall the other night with 4 aces. Seifring had a really big night against Bethel. Right side now. Ingenito had a big swing at it. No good. Here comes Annie Clark from the right side. Down the line and Doug. They'll go outside. Eakwright is Doug. And a free ball now. And this ball's really deep. Would have gone out of bounds. Flickinger played it. A bump set outside. Eakwright is blocked. And Doug. Eakwright again. She'll go for the 3rd time, and it's a charm. Into the game, it looks like number 8 checking in for the Foresters, along with Bynum. Number 8 is Braden Steiner. She's in for the first time, and she will serve. Float serve, barely even makes it to the net. Service error, side out to the Cougars. It'll be Annie Clark. She will serve as a sub coming in is the libero, number 11, Butler, back onto the court. Cougars dropped the first set on Wednesday night and then took 3 in a row from Bethel. There's a good pass by Flickinger. Outside now to Eakwright, a little tight to the net. Blocked there by, I believe it was blocked by Seifring. Clark to serve once again. She'll go right at Flickinger. A bad pass. And another free ball for the Cougars. Clark with a good pass now to Pilak. In the middle to Seifring. And too much on that one, and it sails out of bounds. And that'll get top up off the bench for the Cougars. She'll replace Annie Clark. Into the game for the Foresters, number 14, Mikey. Left-handed serve on the way, and a deep one and long. That was Takosik who took that swing and hit it long. All right, into the game is Candler. She'll serve along with Ava Kunkler. Kunkler will hit on the outside now for the Cougars. Candler to serve. She'll go right down the middle. This pass is a bad pass. Now another chance for the Cougars here on this free ball. Good pass. They'll go right outside now. Blockers get there a little bit late, and Doug. Good play by Flickinger. That ball's tipped and no good. They'll go back outside again to Kunkler again. Cross court, and this ball will come back over the net. Pilak in the middle to Seifring. She's dug there by Butler. Eke right down the line, and she puts it away. Eckert back to serve. She'll serve it down to Gabby North, who just checked in. They'll go right side now to Seafring. Cross court and Doug. Another ball that comes back over the net. Swing and dig by Butler again. In the middle by Bynum. She'll tip it deep, but North is there. Quick tip there, and too long on that one by Maria Pilak. And we are tied up at 4. Eek right assert again. Here tied up at 4. The senior with the jump serve. Good pass. Now outside to Kunkler. Off the net. Drives it into the double block. And she's got a kill. DiAgostino will check in, and she'll replace Marshall as Seafring goes back to serve. Pretty sure Ava Kunkler has her own cheering section here tonight. They're straight across from us. Kunkler, a former player at Jay County High School. A good pass now. A big swing and block by DiAgostino and Kunkler. They'll shoot it outside. Down the line, too much on that and out of bounds. That was number 10 on the swing. Metz. Seafring serves once again for the Cougars. Good deep serve. Butler with the pass. He'll bump set it outside. Metz hits it straight into the blockers, and it'll be a block for DiAgostino and Kunkler. Seafring will serve once again. Good pass there. They'll go outside. Big swing and tooled off of the blockers and out of bounds by Metz. Back to serve is Butler. Seafring out. Marshall back in for the Cougars. Also, Ingenito back in for the Foresters. They'll go on the slide, cross court, and Doug. A bump set by Butler. Big swing, and there's Marshall. Out of the back row, and Doug by the setter. Here comes Metz again. She'll go deep, but North is there. They'll go in the middle to Incognito, but the Foresters have that covered. Good bump set to Mikey. She'll tooled off the double block and out of bounds. Butler serves again. Her team trails by 1. Another left-handed float serve. Good pass. Pilak outside, not a Kunkler. Great run up there. Good timing, but right there is the Foresters blockers, and another dig. A bump set now back the other way, and oh man, I guess that did go over. I think Kunkler might have blocked that. Oh my gosh. That net is forgiving so far here early. Butler with another good save. In the middle now, and they're going to call a double hit on the setter, Kosick. Back to serve, the setter, Maria Pilak. Back into the game, Annie Clark. So Clark will go right side now with de Blasio in the middle, or DiAgostino in the middle, and Clark on the right side, and that's put away by Mikey once again. Back to serve, number 9, Rammel. Looks like we've got another lefty. And she'll serve it right at North. Good bump set coming now outside. Annie Clark off the blockers. Dug there by the Foresters. Back row attack by Eatright. She's stuffed blocked by Kunkler. Two-point lead as looks like Stuckelberg will come back in along with Carlo. Man, I was looking at the roster earlier, and what kind of team did those two have? They played with each other in high school, and they are very good college volleyball players. Back row attack by Eatright. She'll go over the top, but Marshall is right there for that. A nice tip there. And Ingenito. And back to serve is Flickinger for the Foresters. And they'll go right at Marshall again. Pilak will go right side now to Clark. That's her normal side. Dug by Flickinger. Outside now to Eakwright. She swings and is dug there by Pelek. Down goes a Forrester player. Carlo cross court, but Butler is there. Eakwright again, cross court, dug, and a free ball now for Huntington. Right side, Ingenito with another kill, and we're tied up. Flickinger serves for the Foresters. Good pass. They'll go right side to Clark, and she hammers it and puts it away. Annie Clark with her first kill of the match, and I believe that will send Nikki Marshall back to serve for the Cougars. Flickinger with the pass. Bump set now outside. Big swing off of the blockers, but Steckelberg is there. Tight ball to the net, tipped, and now another tight ball to the net. And they're going to call the Cougars on that. We're tied back up at 10. Number 8, Britton Steiner back into the game for the Foresters along with Bynum. Cougars will play just 2 players in the back row. In the middle to Seifring, and she has a kill. Good attack from the middle by St. Francis. That'll send Annie Clark back in to serve as Butler checks back in for the Foresters. Flickinger with the pass now, bump set now to Eakwright. She'll go down the line, and right there is Clark, and she'll have another kill. Eakwright now with her third kill. Back to serve is Kosick. Lefty will serve on the far side. Good hard serve, good pass. Outside now, Carlo will go off of Flickinger. That ball was going to go out of bounds, but Carlo puts it away for the Cougars. In comes Candler along with Ava Kunkler. They'll replace Carlo and Steckelberg. Bump set now outside once again to Eakwright. She'll go right at top. A bump set now and a free ball for the Foresters. Good pass, bump set. Cross court and dug, and now we got a tight ball to the net and dug again. Nikki Marshall all over the court for the Cougars. And there she is again. Kunkler, no touch. I don't see a touch call. And she's hit it out of bounds, and we're tied up at 12. As number 10 checks back in, that is Metz, and she'll go to the outside as Eakwright will go back to serve. Eakwright will attempt another good serve here. And that's an ace. I think maybe Gabby North got caught in between on that one. She was thinking let it go. It's pretty high, and then it just caught up to her and bounced off her arms and went out of bounds. They'll go right at North again. A bump set outside. Off the net is Kunkler and dug by Butler. Bynum hits it, tools it off of Seifring and out of bounds. Bynum with her first kill of the night. And the largest lead for the Foresters at 2. Bump set outside to Kunkler way off the net. Drives it into the blockers, but Marshall's got that covered. Seifring swings down the middle, but Butler is there. Right side, tipped. And Kunkler again, and she does the damage with that one and puts it away. Back to serve will be Seifring. Back into the lineup is DiAgostino. Good pass. Kosick now right side. Good swing there, but blocked. Flat-footed kill coming. Good pass by Top. Outside to Kunkler again. Too much on that one. And out of bounds. Ingenito back in for the Foresters as Marshall checks back in for the Cougars. It'll be Butler to serve. She'll float, serve it right at Marshall. They'll go right in the middle to D'Agostino. She tips it, finds some open real estate, and she's got a kill. D'Agostino with her first kill of the match, and that'll send Pelak back to serve as Annie Clark returns for the Cougars. Good pass there to Kosick outside. Metz hits the antenna. And Butler with the bump set now, and another chance for the Cougars here. Tip. D'Agostino wisely plays that. Nobody's going to catch up to it. And D'Agostino with her second kill, and the Cougars back into the lead by 1. Butler with a difficult pass there. They'll go outside now to Metz. It's cross court, but Marshall is there. Right side now for Annie Clark. The blockers got there a little bit late. Toots tried to cut it too much, and it went out of bounds. Back in is number 9. That's Rammel, and she will serve. Good pass there. In the middle to D'Agostino and dug by Butler. Butler all over the court as well. Marshall with the bump set now out right side to, it was to Annie Clark, and that one goes out of bounds. Steckelberg and Carlo will check back in for the Cougars as North and Kunkler will take a seat. Flickinger with a difficult pass, and they're going to call a carry on Ingenito as she tried to set it, and it'll be Steckelberg to serve once again, the freshman from Ohio. Good hard serve. Flickinger with another pass on the overball. Good play by, nice play by D'Agostino just to continue the play there rather than swing on it. And we've got a timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. You're watching USF Cougars volleyball here at the Hutzel Center.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance and Ortho Clinic, an Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy. For more info, visit teampineapple.com.
We're back out of the timeout. The Cougars with their largest lead here in set number 1. Lead by 3 as Steckelberg will stay back there and serve for the Cougars. She'll go right, and an ace for Steckelberg. Flickinger and Butler ran into each other, and we've got a sub coming in real quick. Number 9 will come in for Flickinger as Rammel will check in. And they'll go right at Rammel. Now an overpass. And another kill. D'Agostino now with 4 kills. (21-16) Cougars here in set number 1. And they'll go right at Butler. Good pass. They'll go in the middle. Ingenito with another kill. Her 3rd. Back in is Flickinger. She'll serve. Good pass by Marshall. Pielak outside now to Carlo. Cross court, dug by Butler. That ball, the head coach was saying that was going out. Right is dug there. Carlo again. Right down the middle. Flickinger with the dig. And now another chance for the Cougars. And right in the middle. Oh, Annie Clark actually got a hold of that. Good thing she's got long arms. And D'Agostino with another kill. And another timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a minute here at the University of St. Francis.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Timeout just about over here. The Cougars out to a 5-point lead here, looking to take set number 1 over Huntington. And Nikki Marshall will continue to serve for the Cougars. They've been going heavily at Flickinger and Rammel. And they'll go right back at Flickinger. A bump set now outside. Eekright cross court. Too much on that, and it'll sail out of bounds. Kozik needing a good pass here to set up one of her hitters. Good hard serve, good pass. There's a better one. Ingenito blocked. And here comes Butler with the free ball. She'll send it back to Steckelberg. And blocked Seifring is. And now outside, here comes Carlo and Doug. A quick tip, and Pielak is there. A bump set to Clark. She's going to swing and put it away. And we are at set point. Annie Clark with another big point for the Cougars. And we'll crank up the volume here a little bit, and I'll shut up, and you can listen to the play. Service error on Marshall brings in Bynum and Braden Steiner, and she'll serve. That will do it for set number 1. The Cougars win 25-18. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the start of the second set. You're watching Cougars Volleyball live from the Hutzel Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff, that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to a normal workout, the burn comes within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
We're headed to set number 2 here at the University of St. Francis. The Cougars win 25-18 in set number 1. The unofficial scoring first for Huntington, 1 kill by Bynum. Ingenito with 3, 1 by Metz, 2 by Mikey, and 3 by Ekreit. For the Cougars, they got a kill from Seifring, 2 from Annie Clark, 5 from DiAgostino, Kunkler with 2, and Taylor Carlo with 2 kills for the Cougars. Mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, it's a big one for St. Francis right now because they know that somebody's going to get a loss. It's either going to be Indiana Wesleyan or it's going to be Mount Vernon tonight because they play each other. So a chance for the Cougars potentially to move into that third place spot or at least gain ground on Indiana Wesleyan. All right, the 2 teams on the court ready to go. The officials making sure the right people are out there. Now they'll let Nikki Marshall on the court. She'll replace Seifring. And it'll be Steckelberg to get us going here in set number 2. Steckelberg, the last time she served, ripped off 5 quick points. Steckelberg will go right into that back row again. Good tip down the line, but it's covered up by Pelak. Bump set now to Carlo. She swings, drives it off of Flickinger. Ekreit from that outside position. Marshall again with it, and here comes Annie Clark. Blocked and dug by Pelak. A couple players running into each other. They'll go outside to Ekreit, cross court, but Carlo's there. That's a tough play for anybody right there, and that ball will go into the net, and Annie Clark will get credit with the kill, but the hard part about that was on that bump set, everybody was out of position. And the only thing Annie Clark could do was send it into the middle and hope bad things happened, and it certainly did for the Cougars on that play. They'll go right at Flickinger again. Here's another bump set outside. Ekreit right at Steckelberg. DiAgostino tips it, dug there by the setter. Ekreit again, she's going to be worn out. Carlo outside swings and hits it directly into the tape. And a point to the Foresters. That'll bring Bynum and Braden Steiner back into the lineup. Braden Steiner will serve. Cougars with no subs on that rotation. And she'll serve it deep into the back row. Annie Clark cross court, and she puts it away. Annie Clark feeling it tonight. I'll tell you, she looks a lot better tonight than she did. She played well. She just looks like she has more legs tonight. Ava Kunkler as well looks like she has her legs for tonight's game. Butler back into the game for the Foresters. And this ball shanked into the front row. And Nikki Marshall with the ace. And there's a good pass. Bump set now and off the net, and a free ball attempt now for the Cougars. Clark will pass it to Pelek. Good pass to Seifring. Just a little bit out of timing. Quick tip and a kill for Tekosik. Into the game comes number 14, Mikey. Tekosik to serve. The left-handed serve directly into the net. And back to serve is Annie Clark. They'll go right at Flickinger again. Bump set outside off the net. Driven into the blockers, and it'll fall to the ground. Eckwright with her fourth kill. That will get number 10 Metz back into the game. She'll replace Flickinger as Eckwright will serve. Into the game for the Cougars is Top. Float serve right at top. Good pass. Bump set outside to Carlo. Cross court, and too much on that. Tried to cut it too much. She probably wishes she had that one back. There were no blockers there, and the one that did get there got there very late. And another service there on the Foresters. There's a side out to St. Francis as Candler and Kunkler will check in for Carlo and Steckelberg. Candler will serve. Can they save this? Butler does, but it's an ace for Candler. Don't forget, Cougars fans, tomorrow here at St. Francis, it'll be a big game at Darcy Stadium as Indiana Wesleyan will travel about an hour up here, and they will take on the Cougars. Mikey tools it off the blockers and out of bounds. Back in for the Cougars is Gabby North. Butler to serve. Good pass by Top, right to Seifring, into the blockers. See if they go right back to her. No, they'll go to Kunkler. She'll go off a blocker and have a kill. Ava Kunkler with her third kill, and that will get DiAgostino back in as Marshall checks out and Seifring serves. .6'1" junior with the serve. Right side now to Mikey and Doug there, and they're going to say in the net. A couple of the Cougars players. And back in is Rammel for Mikey. And Marshall back in for Seifring. North with the pass. Pelak with the set outside. Kunkler off of the blockers and Doug. Outside now to Metz, and she tools it off the blockers and out of bounds, and we are tied. Big Pete, how many running clocks tonight in high school football in the 5-conference game? I'm going to go with 4, would be my guess. There are a lot of beatdowns already. Set in the middle to DiAgostino and saved. Tight ball to the net, and DiAgostino with another big play. Into the Cougars lineup, Annie Clark. Back to serve, Pelak. Also number 3 in, Nagel. Pelak to serve. She'll go down the middle. Good pass there by Akright. Nets cross court, but Marshall's got that covered up. Right in the middle to DiAgostino. Tips it deep. And a tight ball to the net. And Kunkler going to win that one. Two-point lead now for the Cougars. Butler with a good pass. Gosick now right side to Ingenito, and it will go out of bounds. That'll get Flickinger back in. The lefty will come in, and she will serve. If you're just a volleyball fan overall, and you don't mind what level it is, tomorrow out at Angola in the sectional, we'll have a really good doubleheader for you out there, as game number 1 in the sectionals will be Angola, the number 7th ranked team in the state. They will take on number 17 Garrett in the first game, and then a heavyweight matchup in game number 2 as number 3 in the state Leo takes on number 2 in the state Bishop DeWanger. The winner of those two teams will play later in the evening for the right to go to the regional. Annie Clark is blocked by Tukosik. Flickinger now here on the left side. She'll serve. A bump set outside now to Kunkler. She'll swing off the net, and it'll hit the inbounds, and she'll have another kill. Ava Kunkler now with 5 kills. As Steckelberg and Carlo check back in. Kunkler and Gabby North out. And there's an ace. And the Cougars back into the lead. She'll go down the line right at Flickinger. They'll go right to Ingenito. She hits it and has another kill. Her 5th. That'll bring Bynum and Braden Steiner back in. Braden Steiner will serve. Braden Steiner now with the jump serve. Good pass there by Steckelberg. They'll go outside now to Carlo. She'll drive it into the blockers, and it'll go out of bounds. And Carlo now with 3 kills as Seifring checks back in. Marshall will serve. Back into the lineup for the Foresters is Butler. Good float serve. Right at Nagel. Quick tip. And Tukosik has another kill. Back in is Mikey for the Foresters. And Tukosik will serve. And for the second time in a row, she's hit it right into the net. Back to serve, I believe, is Annie Clark. Good pass by Butler, a little tight to the net, but nice set and block and off of the net. And Eekright with the kill. Top will replace Clark in the back row. Flickinger out. Trying to see who came in. It was Metz. Good pass by Top to Seifring into the middle and Doug. And now a free ball for the Cougars. Let's see if they go right back to the well. Nope, they go right at Carlo, and she crushes it, and they'll say net violation. They called a net violation on the Cougars. No, they said point St. Francis. There we go. Candler to serve. Mikey swings right through the double block and has another kill. Gabby North back in for St. Francis. Back to serve is Butler. Good float serve. Top with a good pass. They'll go outside now. Kunkel off of the blockers. And a bump set coming. Eke right out of that pipe position and goes right at top. Quick tip there by Pilak, and it'll work this time for her. And we have subs coming in. Joe Loss in. Joe Loss, formerly from Huntington High School via Ohio Dominican. Good pass there by Ekwright. Right side now to Mikey. She hit way underneath that, and it goes out of bounds. Yo lost the serve once again. And another good pass. Right side now to Mikey again. The blockers are there, but too much on it, and it goes off of them out of bounds. Mikey with her 5th kill. That'll get Rammel in, and she will serve. And back in for the Cougars, Nikki Marshall. Bump set coming now. Kunkel off the net, hits the tape and goes right to Ekwright. Outside now to Metz. She'll hit it right into the blockers. And back outside to Metz, cross court, and right there's Kunkel. Now this ball's tight to the net. Marshall's there. And a double hit called on top. And we're tied up at 16. Good pass there. Outside now to Kunkel. A little early there and hits it long. Good pass there, a little tight to the net. Good pass to D'Agostino, and she puts it away. D'Agostino with her 7th kill. Pilak back to serve for the Cougars. Kosick now, she'll slam it down again. Kosick with another good play there as Flickinger will return for the Foresters. Marshall will play that one. Clark will catch up to it. And a free ball now for the Foresters. They can extend their lead. And again, Kosick with another one. 2-point lead for Huntington. North with the pass now. Pilak outside now. Here comes Kunkel. She'll tip it, but it's dug there by Huntington. And a kill for Ingenito, her 5th. And a 3-point lead, and the Cougars will use one of their timeouts. We'll be right back here from the Hutzel Center.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance and Ortho Clinic, an Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy. For more info, visit teampineapple.com.
Timeout just about over here at St. Francis. The Cougars had to use a timeout because the Foresters on a 4-0 run. Earlier this season, these two teams met down in Huntington, and it was St. Francis on the road winning 3-1. So the front row for the Cougars will be Clark, DiAgostino, and Kunkler. Back row will be North, and here they weren't quite ready, and now they are. Here we go. Set outside to Annie Clark, who moved over there, and she drives it through the blockers, and she's got her 5th kill. And here comes Steckelberg and Carlo back in for St. Francis. Good pass by Flickinger. Now to Ingenito. She takes a big swing and she's blocked, and then Doug tipped deep into the back row, but Butler is there. Outside now to Eakwright. She tools it off of DiAgostino and out of bounds. And Braden Steiner will come back in and she'll serve along with Bynum. Good high bump set. Now a free ball for Huntington. They'll go to Bynum. She'll swing and put it away right down the line. Braden Steiner again will go right at Marshall. Outside now to Carlos. She'll swing into the blockers and Doug. Bynum tips it straight into DiAgostino, and the Foresters with a 5-point lead. Another timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibbs for shot, scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Foresters just 2 points away from taking this second set here at St. Francis. They lost the first set 25-18. So they're trying to return the favor here in set number 2. They've passed the ball much better here in this set, and they've got a couple different players involved in the offense. Marshall's pass a little bit low. And now another chance for Huntington. Kosick tries to hit another one there. A bump set now to Carlos. She'll have a good run up off the blockers. Dug by Nagel, and then a bump set outside to Eakwright. She'll cross court her, but Marshall is there. Here comes Carlo again off of the blockers, and she's got another kill. Carlo with her 5th kill. Back in comes Seifring. And in for the Foresters is Butler. Good pass by Nagel. They'll go outside to Eakwright and blocked by Annie Clark. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Cougars Volleyball live from the University of St. Francis.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance and Ortho Clinic, an Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy. For more info, visit teampineapple.com.
Huntington's timeout is over. They lead by 3. They led as many as 5 here just a couple minutes ago. But the Cougars on a bit of a run here behind Nikki Marshall serving. Off the net, and a good pass there by Butler. Ekrite, she'll go and be blocked by Annie Clark. Actually, they'll say Seifring with the block. 2 points differential now between these two teams. Marshall once again right down the middle. A bump set outside to Ekrite again, blocked again. They'll try it one more time, tipped over it, but right there's Pilak. Marshall with the bump side, right side now to Clark, and she's dug by Flickinger. Ekrite again, over the top, and right there's Pilak. A good bump set to Carlos. She'll swing cross court off a couple different players, and the Cougars just 1 point away from tying this second set up. Another timeout on the court. We'll use another one too. You're watching Cougars Volleyball live from the University of St. Francis.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibbs for shot, scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Cougars on a run here, a 4-0 run. They trail by just 1 point here in set number 2. And Nikki Marshall will serve. They need a good serve here to give themselves a chance to try to tie this second set up. See if they'll stay right, see if they'll come here to this left side. They will. Good pass by Ekrite. A bump set will come right back to her off of the net. Can't get much on that. And now Seifring swings and drives it off of Butler. Back to Ekrite. She'll go across court, but Carlo's there. Right side to Annie Clark and goes to the far corner. And we are tied up at 23. Annie Clark with a huge point for the Cougars. Good hard serve. This ball to Kosick, right to Bynum, and she's blocked. This ball will be tight to the net. Seifring going to win that one, and man, the Cougars have come from behind. And it's time to crank up the volume here at the Hutzel Center. My cameraman loves this. A double hit will give the Cougars the second set. They win 25-23. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the start of the third set. You're watching Cougars Volleyball live from the University of St. Francis.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Welcome back here to the Hutzel Center. The Cougars lead 2-1 over the Huntington Foresters. They trailed by 5 points, 23-18, before they went on that big run and took that second set. Can Huntington rebound from that difficult ending to that second set? All right, well, we're ready to go. The Cougars on the court already. Huntington taking an extra minute there at the table. They were playing, I don't know what the name of that song was, that Welcome to Our House or something like that, and there's a whole bunch of young ladies sitting over here to the far side of the arena here, and they were singing quite loud during that song. You couldn't hear them, Big Dave? Exactly. I hear Miracle Ear's got a 2-for-1 deal right now. I can hear that. Unofficially, the stats after 2 sets for Huntington, it is Bynum with 2 kills, Kokosik with 5 kills, Ingenito with 5, Metz with 2, Mikey with 5, and Ekrite with 7. For the Cougars, they've got 2 from Seifring, 6 from Clark, 1 from Pelac, 7 from DiAgostino, 5 from Kunkler, and 5 from Carlo. All right, we are ready to go. It'll be, I believe, Flickinger to get us going here in set number 3. Tight ball to the net, one-handed set and put away by DiAgostino. All right, so Pelac has become the wizard of one-handed sets. That's 3 in the last 2 matches that I've seen. Her one-handed set to Seifring the other night was a thing of beauty. Good pass. Kokosik now, but Pelac is there. Bump set, here comes Carlo. Drives it off to the blockers, and Pelac with it again. Bump set right back to Carlo, and another kill for the freshman. Man. Coach Haddix has himself a find there in Carlo. And we haven't even seen Serdinsky play yet tonight, and she's a very good freshman. That ball goes long. In the game is Braden Steiner, along with Bynum. Good pass by Marshall. They'll go to Seifring, and she's dug by Nagel. Outside now to Ekrite. I can't believe that ball even got over the net. She barely got anything on it. Carlo drives it into the blockers and dug by Pilak. Bump set right back to the freshman, and she has another kill. Carlo now with 8. Marshall with 2 assists here on the last 2 plays for the Cougars. Clark serves, goes right at Flickinger. Good pass to Gosick outside to Ekrite. She goes cross court and blocked. They'll go right back to her on a 2-ball. Goes off a couple different Cougars and sent into the air. And a free ball now for the Foresters. Butler with the pass. Right side to Bynum. And she'll put it away. And Bynum's had some pretty good looks at the ball this evening. Into the game comes Top. She'll replace Annie Clark. Back to serve. The Kosick. Also back in is Mikey for the Foresters. Good pass by Marshall. They'll go in the middle to Seifring, off of the setter and out of bounds. Seifring with her 3rd kill, and now we'll get Candler and Kunkler back in. Candler will serve. Carlo and Steckelberg out. Good pass by Flickinger. Bynum right side and blocked. They'll go right in the middle to Mikey, and Seifring will have none of that. Outside night to Ekrite. Tipped, and the Cougars do catch up to it. Butler now good, and that one, it hits the line. And we'll see who they credit that. Not sure if they say that was Seifring or Kunkler. I bet they're giving it to Kunkler. 3-point lead now for the Cougars. Good deep serve right at Flickinger. Bump set now, back row attack. Ekrite with it again. Candler now will set it outside to Kunkler. She can't do much with it. Mikey cross court, and right there is Top. Candler set to Pilak. Look out. Maria Pilak with a kill. So the 6-2 being ran by the Cougars. Candler the setter right now. And that one's long. Flickinger was about ready to play it, and it went right over her head. Back to serve is Ekrite. In is number 10, Metz. Outside to Kunkler, off of the blockers, dug by Kunkler. They'll go right back. Oh no, they'll go right side now to Pilak. She'll tip it over, but Butler is there. In the middle to Bynum, she tips it deep. And Pilak will just send it back over. Right side attack by Bynum. She'll go off of the fingertips of Seifring. Back to Seifring, tips it in the middle. And saved, and that will do it. Seifring with another kill. That was a good rally by both teams. Into the game comes Jolas and DiAgostino. Out goes Seifring and Marshall. Joloff right at Butler. Mikey tips it and has another kill. And they'll say that ball was long, and then we'll look to see if the head coach is going to use a timeout. Kelsey Huber over to talk to the official. Good pass by Ekrite. In the right side to Mikey, off of DiAgostino. And Candler now will set it way outside. A double hit on Candler, and she knew it right away. In for the Foresters, Ingenito. She'll play in that front row. And for the Cougars, Nikki Marshall. Butler to serve. Her team trails by 4. Good float serve. Man, was that a good one. That ball just stopped on a dime. Candler outside to Kunkel. Good. Nope, I'm not. That ball never made it over the net. It was a very good set, though, by Candler. And here comes the Foresters. Good pass by Top. Candler now will go right side, and they're going to call another double hit on Candler. And they switch. Pelak will now be the setter once again. Top with the tight ball to the net to DiAgostino, and she's dug. Pelak says, wow, Pelak just absolutely unloaded on that ball. And she'll go back to serve. This is the most aggressive I've seen Pelak play in 2 years. And she'll serve. She'll go right at Ekreit. Good pass now. Right to Ingenito, and DiAgostino having her block party right there. And the Cougars out to a 3-point lead. And that ball goes long. Ekreit pretty much made sure everybody in the gym knew that one was going long. In comes Rammel. She'll serve for the Foresters. Annie Clark back in for the Cougars. And they'll go right side now to Kunkel. She'll tip it, and dug. Wow, what a play by Butler. Marshall flat-footed will go right at Butler. Quick tip, and the Cougars knew it was coming and could do nothing about it. You could see all of them immediately know it was coming because they knew how close that ball was to the net. Rammel to serve again. Good. The pass by Candler. Bump set outside now. Kunkel off the net. Cross court. A bump set. Ekreit out of the back row. And dug by Marshall. To DiAgostino off of Ingenito. And another kill for DiAgostino, her 9th. And that'll bring Steckelberg and Carlo back in for the Cougars. Nagel back in for Huntington. This is the lineup that's been really effective for the Cougars tonight. And an ace for the freshman. Steckelberg's 3rd. Did you see those lights all start flickering? And a tight ball to the net. DiAgostino simply just tips it over, and she's got her 10th kill. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Cougars Volleyball live from the University of St. Francis. There they go again.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance and Ortho Clinic, an Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy. For more info, visit teampineapple.com.
Timeout is over. It is Steckelberg to serve once again for the Cougars. They lead by 4. Bump set now outside the net. She got there a little bit early. Was been able to hit it right between Clark and DiAgostino. Flickinger up off the bench, and she'll come in and serve. Good pass by Steckelberg. Pelak to DiAgostino. Tips it in, dug by Nagel. Butler sends it high into the air, and now a chance for the Cougars. Outside now to Carlo. Why not? She tools it through the double block and has another kill. Taylor Carlo now with 9 kills. Back to serve, Nikki Marshall. Seifring back in for the Cougars. Good pass. Outside now to Ekreit. She'll go off of the blockers, dug, and sent into the air. Steckelberg with a heck of a play. Tight ball to the net and blocked, but Butler covers that up. They'll go right side, not Ingenito, and that never made it over the net. 4 touches called on the Foresters. Ingenito with a tight ball to the net, dug there by Clark. Marshall will send it right to Ingenito. They'll go right back to her. Tips it long, and Marshall catches up to it. Carlo with a big swing, but too far underneath it and hits it out of bounds. Braden Steiner back in. She'll serve. And in for the Foresters, number 1, Bynum. Coach Haddock up off the bench there, telling his young ladies where he wants this ball to go. I have a feeling Annie Clark's going to get an attempt here from the right side. Not on this one, they won't. And that one's hit hard but long. Carlo with just her second hitting error of the match. Good pass. Pelak now to Seifring off a couple of Foresters, and it'll find the ground. Seifring with her 4th kill. We'll have subs coming in. It'll be Butler back in for the Foresters. Annie Clark serving for the Cougars. Flickinger with a good pass. Bynum takes a big swing and drives it right into Seifring's hands, and it'll hit the ground. And that will get Top back in for the Cougars. She'll replace Clark. Out goes Nagel. And in comes Mikey for the Foresters as Kosick will serve. Lefty. Wow, that thing curved. Outside now to Taylor Carlo off a couple different players. Mikey from the right side and Doug. Pelak to Seifring. She'll tip it, but right there's Flickinger. Outside now to Ekreit, and she'll hit the antenna, and a point to the Cougars. In comes Candler as well as DeBazio. First time we've seen her tonight. DeBazio will hit on the outside now. We saw her in warm-ups. That was where she was working at. A bump set outside to Ekreit. She'll slow down, takes a swing, and Doug. Right in the middle now to Seifring, off of Bynum's fingertips and out of bounds. Seifring's 6th kill, and the Cougars out to their biggest lead at 5. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. You're watching St. Francis Cougars volleyball live from the University of St. Francis.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Tips for shot, scores!
The rush comes.
Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Timeout over here at the Hutzel Center. The Cougars lead now by 5. It'll be Candler to serve for the Lady Cougars. Don't forget, tomorrow here at high noon, it'll be football from Darcy Stadium, as that ball's going to go into the stands, and Candler with another ace. Her second. The Indiana Wesleyan will come up from Marion, and they will take on St. Francis tomorrow at 12 o'clock here. That's a big game because it is the first meeting between those two schools. Indiana Wesleyan just got their program going 2 years ago, and they're going to call over the net on the Cougars. Got a little over aggressive there, did DeBazio and Seafring. And that'll get Gabby North in for Candler, as Metz will check in for Flickinger, and Eakwright will serve. Good float serve, good pass by North. Now to Seafring, right side. Big swing, but Butler's got that. Eakwright out of the back row, and she's got another kill. Eakwright now with 8 kills. Forrester's trying to fight back here in set number 3. Outside now to DeBazio. She swings, and she's got a kill. I believe that went off the fingertips of Mikey. And DeBazio with her first kill of this match. The junior from New Albany, Indiana. Went to Monroe Central. Back in is Jolas, and she'll serve. Yeah, I think Butler is reading the coach of St. Francis. I think she's got a pretty good read on where they're trying to serve the ball, because she was looking over at Coach Haddix, and then as soon as he kind of waved something, she moved to the left, thinking they were going to serve the ball there. Marshall back in for the Cougars, along with DiAgostino. Good pass there. Outside now to de Blasio. She'll drive it off the blockers again and have another kill. De Blasio with another kill as Annie Clark comes back in, and Pilak will serve. And they'll go right at Metz, and right to Ingenito, dug by Marshall. Right side now to Annie Clark, off of the blockers, and Butler's just barely there. Right side now to Mikey, and that ball never went over. The Cougars just 3 points away from taking this match. They could be in third place after tonight. Good pass by Butler. Kosick right now to Mikey. She'll tip it cross court and long. Don't forget, tomorrow on SummitCitySports.com, we will have sectional volleyball for you. It'll be in game number 1. It will be the number 7 ranked team in 3A. Angola, they'll take on Garrett, who's ranked number 17. And then we've got a heavyweight matchup at 12:30 as 2 versus 3. DeWanger takes on Leo. And that ball's off the net, and a good dig. Right side now to Buchanan, who just checked in, and dug there by Nagel. A bump set coming to Metz. Off the fingertips of Nagel, of Buchanan, and they call it another double hit on Candler. Back in is Rammel for the Foresters. If you haven't got to see Leo's superstar Brooke Smith play, I would definitely tune in tomorrow. She is an outstanding player, headed to Louisville next year to play some Division I volleyball. Pilak now to Buchanan on the outside. Cross court, dug by Butler. And Metz sends it, and dug by Gabby North. DeBazio off a couple plays. Whoa, here comes Pilak in the right place at the right time. Ingenito is blocked. And now in the middle to DiAgostino, and we are at match point. DiAgostino now with 11 kills. And it is match point, and it's time for Steckelberg to serve as Carlo checks back in, and time to crank up the volume. Cougars take set number 3 and sweep tonight, 25-17. What a match for Taylor Carlo again. Another 10 kills for the freshman. All right, since it's a final here, we'll take a look at the unofficial stats before we sign off. And hopefully see you tomorrow at noon from Darcy Stadium. Okay, for Huntington North, they will fall to 5-8 in conference play and 13-15 overall. For Coach Herber's team, they got 4 kills from Bynum, 6 from Tecosic, 5 from Ingenito, 3 from Metz. Mikey with 5 kills, and their leading player tonight in kills, Paige Ekreit, with 8 kills. She's from Homestead High School. So they will play they'll play tomorrow night at Spring Harbor at 3 o'clock. For the Cougars, they will improve now to 9-4 in conference play, 18-10 overall. They're also on a 3-game winning streak. If Mount Vernon loses tonight to Indiana Wesleyan, they will be all alone in second place unless Grace beats Bethel. So that could be a tie there still, I guess. So good job tonight by Coach Haddock's bunch. There's stats tonight. DeBazio with 2 kills. Steckelberg with 3 aces. Nikki Marshall with an ace. Kendall Buchanan, she had a kill. Madison Candler with 2 aces. Kendra Seifring with 6 kills. Annie Clark with 6 kills. Maria Pilak with 3 kills, but a ton of assists, and she might have had the kill of the night, probably the hardest ball hit. Megan DiAgostino with 11 kills. Kunkler with 5 kills, and the freshman Carlo chips in with another double-digit night with 10 kills. So that will do it here from the University of St. Francis. The Cougars win tonight 25-18, 25-23, and 25-17. Join us tomorrow live from Darcy Stadium as the Cougars will take on the Wildcats from Indiana Wesleyan at high noon. Well, that does it, Big Dave. You ready to get out of here? A bunch of kids on the court. We'll send you all home. Thank you for watching tonight. You've been watching Cougars Volleyball live from the University of St. Francis.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy, We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.